Relativity! Yes, ding to you too, sound box. Good evening, how are we all doing? My face looks disgusting because it's not got the white balancing done. Hey, that's always fun, isn't it? How are we all doing? There's the white balance. There's a bit more of a regular colour that I'm looking for. Hey, how are we doing? How are we doing? Ding, more ding. There you go. How are we all doing? Welcome to Relativity. I am doing well. I am now on new internet connection as well. You can't really tell because I can't do much with the stream quality until I get a partner status, anything like that. But I am on new internet, and it's fast. It's fast, and also it's low latency, low ping as well. I could ping Google in 7 milliseconds. Just bragging, I suppose. It could probably be faster than that, but still, 7 milliseconds is pretty fast. So yeah, fiber to the property to the premises is pretty fun indeed. I can get several hundreds of megabits per second down, and I can do about 70 megabits up as well, which is 70 megabits up. Yeah, it's a ridiculous speed. To be fair, there was a bit of a problem setting it up. They hadn't told me the credentials that I needed to put in, so there was a bit of to and fro there to sort that out. And then they gave me a password that was one character off, so it wasn't connecting. And then I realised, they've not added that extra character in, so I put that in, and it finally connected. The day after, it then just dropped out for some reason. Don't know why. It just dropped out for some reason. Dropped out for about an hour, and then it came back. I had called the IP. At ISP as to why it went down, or the reason for it going down, and said, it might get fixed within 24 to 48 hours. No, it's going to be fixed now. I just transferred over to this internet connection from the BT connection that was, at least reliable. It was slow, but it was reliable. It was. It did get sorted out within an hour. It wasn't their fault. It was OpenReach's fault. Again, something that they've not connected on their end, or something, based on that. Essentially, I'm the first one down my road to use this new fibre connection, so there might be some teething problems because of that. But it all seems to be good right now, we will see. What's happened to notifications? I turned them off temporarily while we did the intro so that I didn't get bombarded with them. But I'll unleash the notifications now. We've got the host there from Tipster, and we also got a 70 bits from brand new Halo that should come through shortly. There it is. And because it's less than 100, it won't read it out normally, so I can do 70 bits, but not megabits. That's absolutely fine. Brand new Halo. I would not ask anyone of donating that many bits on any stream, to be fair. That's just ludicrous if anyone was giving out megabits worth of bits. That's just ridiculous. But 70 bits, it's greatly appreciated nonetheless. Brand new Halo. Are the elderly couple spying on your fast internet from behind the drapes? How did you know? I don't think a lot of people up my road even know that there's a fibre internet, or even know what fibre internet is. I'm at least up on the lingo and all that jazz, and I'm also paying less per month now as well. Who is providing it? It's actually Sheffield company. Sheffield company that deals with OpenReach directly. So I get to call a company that I know exactly where they are, and I also know that there are not many customers in their system, so that I can get to their call center and expect to pick up and speak to someone that knows what they're talking about within about a minute. And they know that I know what I'm on about technology-wise, because I've already talked to them a bit. And they even offered things like, hey, do you want to roll your own router so that we don't bother, giving one of our routers out that's nice and cheap or whatever? So, yeah, I'll do that. That's fine. Yeah, cool. You know what a PPOE login is? Yeah, cool, we'll do that. Yeah. So they know that I know a lot of the tech stuff, and even doing things like, I'll turn it off and on again because I know that fixes a lot of the problems. So I'm happy at the moment. We do appear to be in Space Jockey Chum. We will be here for quite a while. Thank you for the 100 bits. Yeah, friendly provider, absolutely. So yeah, I mean, it could all completely go to hell later down the line, but as it currently stands, I'm happy with them, all right. And yeah, it's cheaper, cheaper just generally than what I was paying for BT, and it's faster, and it's more responsive, and it's fibre, and it's the way of the future. So yeah, 2 thumbs up. Yeah, good evening, and so Relativity. We're going to be playing 2 packs tonight because those are the only 2 packs I have still. And first one we're going to be playing is actually from Pop Ramen Comedy or Pop Ramen Joe, Joe, Pop Ramen J. The J is Joe. Yeah, Pop Ramen Joe. That's going to be the first pack we're going to be having this evening. They submitted it some time ago, but I got quite an influx at the time. So we had Oni's, Alex's, and we had David's that time. This one we're going to have Pop Ramen's, and then another one from David as well. There's a 4th pack from David that we have yet to play. The J in Joe stands for Joe. It does indeed. Joey Joe Junior Shapadoo. Sure. So we're going to be playing another David pack later on as well. So you got that to look forward to. Pop Ramen Joe and David Bodicum with some wonderful questions coming your way on Relativity. So if you'd like to play Relativity, then you'll need a room code. That room code being Keith. KKTH. We're nearly Keithing. It's nearly Keith. Not quite. KKTH. Just enter that into public chats like a load of people doing, or hit that chance button that Score Count has kindly provided, and you'll be able to enter in and play this wonderful game of guesstimation, estimation, and numbers. That is the primary objective of this game. Just guess correctly. We're not expecting you to know exactly the answers to every question that comes up. Far from it, in fact. However, it does award you for good estimation relatively versus everybody else, hence the name Relativity. As long as your guesses are better, relatively speaking, than your competitors, then you will do well and you will score highly. It is as simple as that. Round number 1, you're just going to be telling me if the value that we say in the statement is lower, equal, or higher than it should be. Round number 2, we start doing the guesstimations. You give me a numerical answer to a question. The closer you are to the correct answer, the more points you get. The further away you are, the fewer points you'll get. And then in round 3, we start splitting you up into tribes. No, it's not 2 tribes, it's 3 tribes, but I can't even say that either. But we start, splitting you up into tritiles or trisiles, however you'd like to call that. And if you're in the scoring trisile, then you score points. And at the end of round number 3, so long as you're in the top 6, then you'll go through to the final top 6, where we have another final round of guesstimations, but on each question, the furthest away will be eliminated and will explode into little bitty beats, and will not be able to advance through to the final, or the end of the game, as it were. The winner will be whoever survives right at the end of the game. It is as simple as that. It's a very simple game. So yeah, that's what you'll look forward to. Just entering that room code KKTH. Even if you are new here, you're not familiar with how the game goes, might as well enter it in and see how it goes later down the lines. But maybe you just want to, if you just want to have a bit of a lurk, that's no problem as well. By all means do so. Have a watch along to see how the game works first, and then join in later on. New people definitely always welcome. We got quite a few names in already. And yeah, it is a very friendly game for new players because you're always guaranteed to get up to round number 3 anyway. It's only round number 4 where there's a bit of a restriction as to whether you can get in or not, whether you're in the top 6 of the players or not. And given this is a game of guesstimation, you might still get a win from, in a low position in round 2 to round 3 based on your relative performance versus everybody else. So anything could happen in the next 40 odd minutes or so, I suppose. How are you doing out there? How's your weekend been? Hope you're doing well. Hope you've been getting vaccinated in that. I'll be getting my next vaccination in a few weeks' time. I managed to get it pushed forward a little from August into July. So we'll be having that in a few weeks' time, and we'll be going to see a cousin's wedding near the end of July as well. So looking forward to that, and looking forward to seeing some wonderful. My family my wonderful family that I've not seen. Well, see, extended family. I've seen my parents recently, but I've not seen my extended family for a very long time. So will be good to see that. The arm is still healing, is it, Tipster? Game final prep for the big game tomorrow. Ah, yes, indeed. The final of the poker main. No, yes. Main. Yes, it is the main tournament. May and June. Main tournament. If you're interested in watching along that, we'll be playing at about 9 p.m. in the Discord on Thursday. Unfortunately, if you're not already in the top 10 or not been invited, then you won't be able to play, because we were playing in a league format up to this final. But you're more than welcome to watch along to see the carnage unfold. And I basically get eliminated on the first hand, because that's probably what's going to happen to me. But we'll see. We will see indeed. One more minute to get yourself in if you would like to do so, and they'll get this train a-rolling. I say train. We're not really in a train here, are we? We're more in a formation, a blockade, what would you call this sort of arrangement of ships? What would you call it? A space train? A flotilla? I suppose, yeah. I suppose they are ships, so yeah. And space is sort of a fluid, so yeah, I suppose you could call it a flotilla. A broken phalanx, a traffic jam. Yeah, I suppose it is, California or something, a bit of a weird traffic jam going on. A traffic space jam, a fleet, or an armada. Armada. Well, there you go. That's the word we have to use in armada now, isn't it? That's the term we need to use here. A space disco. 30 seconds to get in. 30 seconds to get in. Welcome, David. I just saw your name pop in. Yes, we are not playing your pack first. We'll be playing Pop Ram and Joe's pack first. So you are free to play this one and see how well you do versus everybody else. It's not my marder, it's your marder. Ah ha ha. Ding, ding, ding. That's a ding for you. Hello, Pop Ram, and how are you doing? Yes, we're playing your pack to start with. So do watch along with good intent and see how well they do versus your wonderful questions that we're going to be seeing in a little short while. 10 seconds to get in. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's launch. And we're off into round number 1, which we call General Relativity. So in this round, there will be a statement about a number that will appear on screen and in chat. The objective for you is to tell me if the number should be lower, equal, or higher than what it actually says. And if you are correct, then you will score 500 points for the correct statement or the correct response. How do you say lower, equal, or higher? You can say those words. You can say L, E, or H. You can also use the less than sign, the equal sign, the greater than sign. Any of those will work. There's even some more extra options as well that the bot will tell you about. And you can answer to public chat or whisper. We probably would prefer you to answer in whisper if you can, but if you are on mobile, I know it is difficult to achieve that. So for those that are on mobile, I will allow you to use the public chat to answer, and it should delete your response in that regard. So if you're all ready, good luck. Let's play round number 1, and here is your first statement to consider. The average American adult spends 480 minutes per day sleeping. Should it be lower, equal, or higher? Any of those options: L, lower, less, E, equal, G, greater, H, higher, less than symbol, equal symbol, greater than symbol. Any of those will work. So you're the last one answering there. Okay. Average American adult spends 480 minutes per day sleeping. Let's see where you answered. Okay, 24 believe that number should be lower. 10 believe it should be higher. And 5 thinks that is right on the money. What is this sleep you refer to? I agree, Milk. What is this sleep that people refer to? I certainly struggle sometimes recently, but it's what it is. Anyway, correct answer we're looking for here. Correct statement. It's actually higher. 530 minutes. I wouldn't have thought of that, but yeah, higher was the answer we're looking for there. Average adult spends 530 minutes per day sleeping. 10. Giving the correct answer there. So if you are one of those 10, then you're going to get yourself 500 points. Now, this might be that people are just saying that they're taking 8 or 9 hours of sleep per day, and probably not. Doesn't say that in the survey, but whatever was responded, 530 minutes was the answer. So we'll put that away. 10 getting the right answer there. And we move on to question number 2, which is, according to a recent Deloitte Insights survey, 75% of all respondents use social media. Lower, equal, or higher? I mean, there could be that as well, Shape. Some people really bringing the average up. So of all respondents of this Deloitte Insights survey, apparently 75% use social media. Is that what we're looking for? I don't know. Let's find out. What did you think? Ooh, 19 again thinking lower, 10 equal, and 14 think higher. There will be 2 games tonight. Yes, Ali, and if you've just missed this one, unfortunately, you're going to have to watch along. But you'll be able to join in on game number 2 later on, so sit tight. So, that's how you went with. That's what you went with. What was the right answer? It's higher. 84%. From 75 up to 84%, so higher. Again, the correct answer. 14 players going right this time, so another 14 will be getting 500 points. And again, not the majority response there, but yeah, 84% of all respondents use social media. I mean, it could also be that that was an online survey, in which case there's going to be a bit of a skew. But again, that's what the question asked for. Moving on to the next question. Question number 3 is, in the longest Major League Baseball game of the 21st century, 690 pitches were thrown. Nice. Lower, equal, or higher? Get your answers in. Okay, let's see what you played. Another 19 again, thinking lower. 17 this time, think equal. And just 3 thinking we're continuing on with the higher trend. Oh, it'll be a bit of a payday for those 3 though. Let's find out. Is it 690? Is it lower? Is it higher? It is lower, but not by much. 658, in fact, was the answer we're looking for there. 658 pitches were thrown in the longest game of the 21st century. Do I have the information on that? I probably do. Let me open up the Excel file so I can read it off. And I can tell you that was the Colorado Rockies defending San Diego Padres 2-1 on 17th of April 2008. And the game lasted of just over 6 hours in total there. So 19 players went the right way, getting themselves 500 points in. Give me the right answer. So that's halfway through the first round. Some saying they got 3 for 3, some saying they're on 0 for 3, but there's still plenty of time to catch up. Don't worry if you're not hitting the questions just yet, hitting the right answers. There's still plenty of time to catch up. Question number 4. The Macy's, featured in their eponymous Thanksgiving Day Parade, is located on 34th Street in Manhattan. Lower, equal, or higher? Togi just getting in time there. Let's see where you played. Very strong majority here on equal. 90% of you, 39 went with equal. Just one solitary person over there thinking lower, and 3 thinking higher. Miracle of 34th Street says Matt the Ref. Is that the good the reference we're looking for here? Indeed it is. Yes, equal was the answer we're looking for there. And hopefully for a good majority of you there, getting yourself off the mark with 500 points now, if you've had a bit of a bad run of luck there. Yay, points, says 8Mickey. Yay, everyone's getting at least some points here. You had no idea, guess equal and got it right, missed the hint. Ah, well, you're going to take those 1 in 3s as well, Proogs. Certainly take those. But 39 of you will take their time flying away because you managed to answer pretty strongly together there as a crew on equal. Question number 5 is the following. As of 30th of June 2021, the UK national average for 1,000 gallons of petrol is £4,500. Lower, equal, or higher? I do believe this is a regular gallon, not a US gallon. We're not doing really weird conversions like that. What are these arcane units? I know. Well, you do miles per gallon as our measure of performance, but then we still measure, we then still fill in litres. It's really weird. Anyway, let's see where you played. The number we're looking for is the price. I should have probably made that clear. The price is the one in question. Because in fact, yeah, if that wasn't mentioned, then yeah, it would be if one was higher, the other one would be lower, and vice versa. Yeah. Anyway, the one we're looking for is the price. This is probably where I need to have something in it so that I can highlight the actual value in question in the question. The value in question in the question. Moving on. 22 of you think it should be lower than 4,500. 18 think it's higher than 4,500. 3 just think that is dead equal. I don't know, that feels a bit too of a round number for it to be equal to me. The answer we're looking for is higher, £4,993, as checked today on the website globalpetrolprices.com for the UK. So higher was the correct answer. 18 of you going the right way. 41.86% of you getting yourself 500 points. It's the service stations pushing the average up. Probably. And we come into the final question of this round. Last chance to get yourself some 500 points for a nice, simple 1 in 3 guess. Your last question is... The Smurf statue in Brussels is approximately 33 apples tall. Lower, equal, or higher? Lovely little question, this. Lovely little question, this. Let's see how you answered. Interesting. Lower and higher are pretty much equal here. 9 on lower, 8 on higher. Majority think equal. 26 of you, and about 60% of you think equal here. The average apple shapes. So take all apple sizes. We're taking an average apple. And I can tell you that an average apple is 7.75 centimeters tall. Because I have the number in front of me on the factoid. That is the size of an average apple. So the Smurf statue in Brussels is approximately 33 apples tall. Is that the right number? No, it's pretty much double that. 62 apples tall. The statue is 4.8 meters tall in all told. So do all the division and you get yourself to 62 apples tall being the right answer. 8 of you going the correct answer and getting those final 500 points in this round. So, at the end of the first round, let's see where you are. Just Clive not getting off the mark yet, but still plenty of time to catch up. Still 2 more rounds to play out before we get to the final 6. Proogs and Kanoko doing the best, getting 5 out of 6 there. 2,500 points apiece. And then Samster doing the third best there. 4 out of 6, getting 2,000. But like I say, there is still plenty of time to catch up to get yourself into the top 6. So... that's the end of round number 1, the end of the basic statements, and we go into round number 2, where we start making you do all the guesstimations. Round number 2 is ranged relativity. So in this round, you will see a question appear on screen and in chat, and you need to give me an answer which will be an integer value. Give an answer to QuizBot 3000 or public chat, so long as it is a valid integer number. And the points you'll be getting will be based off of your relative performance to the correct answer versus everybody else. The closer you are, the more points you'll get, up to a potential 1,000 for on the nose. and the furthest away from the correct answer will score 0. Watch out for the ranges in this round as well. I have added something in that should tell you if you give me an answer that is out of range, just to re-prompt you to give an answer that will work. I'm hoping that will be a functional bit of code, but we'll find out. So, let's see how that goes. Hello, Whiskers. Hi. Hi. Yes? What? I am streaming. I am streaming, Whiskers. What? Come here. Come here. It's a Whiskers. It's cat time because it's always cat time when Whiskers demands it. Hello Whiskers, how you doing? It's a space cat, absolutely. How you doing? Hmm? You gonna say hi? You gonna say hi? You gonna say hi? Ow. She looks happier than normal. Probably because she's been fed a lot. She's had quite a lot of food recently, and some more cat milk as well. So yeah, she's probably a little happier. You okay, Whiskers? Huh? You okay? Oh, okay. Let's put you over here then. Let's put you over here. Give a nice relax and watch the stream from there, okay? The little Mew there. Whiskers did a speak indeed. Right, we're going to move on into round number 2, like I say. Get those fingers on those digits. You give me some numerical answers in this round. Good luck. Here's the first question. Without multipliers, what is the total number of points across all English Scrabble tiles? That's between 100 and 1000. Maths time! Well, if you know every single combination, it is a bit of maths, it's pretty fast. But if not, then it's just a guesstimation. Everyone's scrambling for the answer, or scrabbling for the answer. Let's see where you guessed. Ooh, quite a wide range here. As low as 100 from Inca and as high as 958 from Matt the Ref here. Are there any sort of rough estimate? I can't really see any some common answers apart from maybe the 500 from Lovely Limes and Sparrow Castle, and 560 from Jack Wilford and David. Well, so without any multipliers, so we're just adding the digits off of all the tiles in Scrabble. What's the total number of points? Well, there's a hell of a lot of 1s and 2s, and some 3s and 4s and 5s. There's 6s and 8s and a 10, or a couple of 10s. It's not that many, so it couldn't be that high, surely. Just 187. That's the total of all those digits of all the tiles in the English Scrabble set. 187 is the low value. Samster with the best guess there, 988. Shadowbane next best, 986, and then Maxio next best after that, 984. Unfortunately, Matt the Ref, with your guess of 952, you were the furthest away, so you are scoring nothing for that. But anyone else, you are going to be scoring at least some points based off your guess. Samster doing the best, getting 988 for their guess. So yeah, that's the simple answer. 187 is all we're looking for there. Thought you meant all the tiles, like you count every A, every B, but that is it. That is counting every A. Like if you think there's 100 tiles and they all have equal value, that's just 100 on its own, and then you're adding the bonuses for each other, the more rare tiles, as it were. It's not that much more you're adding on, really. In the grand scheme of things, it's not much more you're adding on. It's just lots of vowels and lots of, common letters that make up the bulk of the tile set. And there's 2 blanks as well. Indeed, there are 2 blanks in there, which are worth 0. So yeah, 187 is the grand total. I'm going to move on to the next question. Read the question carefully, I will say. And your question is: on all the flags of the EU member states, not necessarily the EU flag itself though, how many stars are there? 0 to 100. On all the flags of the EU member states, not the EU flag itself, how many stars are there? Okay, let's see where you guessed. Quite a few low guesses here. Matt, Looping Car, and Dogfish all in agreement, thinking there are just none. There are just 0 stars altogether. The highest guess we've got is Scorecount 67, then Ben J on 74. But there are a lot of very low guesses. The first column are all 7 or less. The second column are 8 to 23. And then it starts getting a bit higher, 23 to 45 and 46 up to that 74. Let's find out. How many EU member states have any stars on their flags in total? Three. Just 3 is what we're looking for here. And according to Pop Ramen, Slovenia is the only one that does have any flags, and there are 3 in the crest on the flag of Slovenia. So 3, I think, was the answer we're looking for there. And Clive, Riff, Shapes, all the closest there, getting 986 points. Not 3 flags, they have 3 stars on their singular flag. They have 3 stars on the crest that appears on their flag. That's what I meant to say. They might have 3 flags as well, I don't know. But at least the one I was looking for is Slovenia has 3 stars on the crest on their one flag. And that's it. So apparently, 3 is your answer. So well done, Clive, Riff, and Shapes getting the best score there. Their brand new Halo and Topper getting next best, 972. Bench J, unfortunately, you were the furthest away, getting no points for that, but still plenty of opportunity to catch up. And then Brazil has those really tiny stars on the sort of the circular spherical shape on its flag in a similar kind of way. Yeah, so there you go. The more you know. Slovenia has just 3 flags. Okay. Okay, moving on. The next question. Again, read the question carefully. Question number 3 is: if the Proclaimers walked every mile they mentioned in the entire lyrics of I'm Gonna Be 500 Miles, how many miles would they have walked? Answer between 500 and 10,000. So if they had walked every single mile they mentioned in the lyrics to I'm Gonna Be 500 Miles, how many miles would they have walked? Now, although the range is 500 to 10,000, there's going to be, I think, quite a few duplicate answers here, just because if you know the song, you know the answer is going to be a multiple of 500 in some form or another. So let's see where you answered. Oh, interesting. I think we've got some going off tangent here. Yeah, Shadowmane. Oh, Shadowmane with a typo. I think meant to say 8,000. Unfortunately, it got accepted as 800. Diamond Ninja's just going 4269 because why not? Who else went off the tangent? Oh, Sparrow Castle going 9950, going just within. Trying to snipe a little there for the top range, I think, potentially. Those are the only ones that deviated from the divisible by 500 route. Everybody else sat on something divided by 500. Be it be as low as 2,000 or as high as 10,000. So, the answer we're looking for is... Oh, Shadowmane, you're kicking yourself. 8,000 would have been the right answer if you gave me the extra digit. So I'm afraid that was the right answer. Score count, Clive, Jockey Drum, and Inca with the perfect answer, getting 1,000 points each. Yes, the total to look for is I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more to be the man who would walk 1,000 miles to end up at your door. So it's 2,000 per chorus, and there's 4 of those. So 2,000 times 4 would get you to 8,000 miles is how much they would walk, apparently. So well done, Score Count Clive, Jogging Chum and Inca with the best answer there. And then Bass Ackwards with the next best, 931, and Brand New Halo, and Ape with the third best answer, getting 861 points. Very well played. We continue on to question number 4. This one I will say, what's the number of digits? How many fewer passengers, so still asking for a positive number here, how many fewer passengers did Atlanta's Hartsfield-Jackson Airport process in 2020 relative to 2019? Answer between 1 million and 100 million. Watch the number of digits. That's too few, Clark Joseph. Did you give me a bigger number? That's better. And it looks like the bot messages are working. Good. The bot message did work there. So let's find out where you answered on this rather large scale. Ooh. Oh, wow, there is a cluster going on here. What is the cluster? Oh, of course it is. Of course it's 69 million is the cluster, isn't it? And people go with 420 or 42s or other nice numbers around that. Of course there would be a cluster around that, wouldn't there? 25 million is a cluster. We've also got some 40... Lugaroo with all the 4s, I like that. Quite a few 60 millions, a few 50 millions as well. Samson's the highest guess with 80 million. And Clark Joseph with the lowest guess of 2.5 million. So that is where you've guessed. Was the nice number the best guess you could make up here? Let's find out. Correct answer is... I mean, it's not that far off. 67,612,615. That was the answer we're looking for. Proogs with a genuine guess, getting the best answer, 992. And then those in the 69 million lot, Milk Like Tipster, and then Kenda with variations, etc., getting the next best answers, 979, 978, etc. Unfortunately, Clark Joseph, your answer was a bit too far away, so you're scoring 0 in this case. But don't worry, there's still plenty of opportunities for points. So yeah, apparently nice pays off, at least this time round. But not always, not always, not at all. We go to the next question, which should be the last one in this round. It is indeed. This is the last question, question number 5 in this round, and then we'll have a look again at the leaderboard to see where you all are. Question number 5 is... In what year did Casey Kasem last host American Top 40? Answer between 1950 and 2020. Casey Kasem? I don't know who this is. Casey some person. That's interesting. Why didn't it delete your message there, David? Huh. Why did it not delete that message? Weird. Case M. Oh, okay, cool. Oh, it did here. Oh, okay. Apparently on my end, it didn't trigger the delete message for some reason. Oh, no, it did. Oh, it went the other way. Ooh, that's weird. It ended up went the other way round. I actually got the delete message before David's actual message on my end. That's very weird. That is incredibly weird. Anyway, let's see where you answered. Alright, quite a few in the 2000s era from looks of things, like the start of the 2000s. Highest guess is Clive with 2019. Lowest guess is Riff with 1960. Quite a few in agreement on 1999, just before the turn of the millennia. Let's find out what the right answer is. My internet's just too fast, it is. Clearly. It's this fast fiber. It's ticking back. 2003. David with the absolute guess there, getting 1,000 points for that perfect guess. Then it's Diamond Ninja next closest with 977 points. And then Cetra, Jack, Brand New Halo, Bass Ackwards, Sparrow Castle, Kanoko, and Shapes all tied there for third best guess, getting 953 points apiece. And I can tell you that Ryan Seacrest started on the first broadcast of 2004 and has been the host since of the American Top 40. Shrug shoulders, don't know what that is, but it's a thing. Cool. I presume some sort of chart show. We're moving on to see where you are on the leaderboard then. So we can see that Clive has now clawed up to 31st place with that round. Proogs still standing up tall there at the top with 6,462. Sapster in second place, 5,853. And Shapes currently in third, 5,008. Cough, where did that come from? Shapes, 5,841. I'm going to take a swig. There we go. 5,841 for Shapes there. Currently, Dogfish is sitting on that all-crucial 6th place with 5,602. Remember, at the end of round number 3, you need to be in the top 6 places to be able to play in the final. So, Dogfish is your target presently, but still plenty can change in round number 3. And round number 3 is... it is social relativity. So, still answer the same way like you did before. Give me an integer answer to the question. However, what we will do is we will divide you into 3 groups based off of sort of like the first third, the second third, and the third third. You'll be grouped into thirds like that. And then whichever third contains the correct answer, they will score points, a minimum of 500, a maximum of 1,500 if you get exactly on the correct answer while in that range. So that is what we're looking at, 1,500 down to 500 if you are in the correct range, and you get zip if you're not in the correct range. So yeah, the first third, the second third, and the third third. And meow again, Whiskers, indeed. Meow. 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 What? You're very vocal. She's very vocal. Anyway, we're going to move into round of 3. Get ready on those numbers once again. She's already been fed, Matt. That's the thing. She's literally been fed like 1 hour ago. Let's go on to the first question in this round, which is... now, the average American adult spends 530 minutes per day sleeping, but how many more minutes do women sleep more than men? Answer between negative 60 and 60. First one we've had, I believe, with a negative range. Whether or not you believe that we want to go into negative, I don't know, but it is up there on offer. So, let's nice callback indeed, very much so. Let's see what you answered. Wait, stop that, Whiskers, stop it. Okay, so Tyson and Riff are going with the lowest guess of minus 45 or negative 45, and in fact, the same is said on the other side. Kanoko, Shapes, and Jack with positive 45. No one wants to go any further than 3/4 of an hour, apparently. That is very interesting. There's 5 people hitting on the 0, but Diamond and Oni are possibly trying to sneak into a separate group, going 1 off the 0 and went with 1. So, let's split you up into your thirds. And we have the blue zone up to minus 20. The green zone from minus 20 up to 17. And then the red zone from 17 up to 60. So those on negative 20, that's Cetra, Tipster, and Clive, you are in 2 zones at once here. That does mean if the answer is in either blue or green, you will be scoring for your guess because you are on the edge. Double zoning, indeed. Yeah, zoning laws would not normally allow this, but in this game, because we're in space, zoning laws do not apply. So let's find out what the correct answer is. How many more minutes do women sleep more than men? Again, in America. The answer is... 9 more minutes. So pretty close together there. Green Zone scores it. And Maxio, you were the closest guess of all. You're going to get yourself 1,466 for your guess. Then Claire with 1,293 and Diamond Ninja and Oni. It still worked out, even though you went with the +1. Did work out for you, because in fact you scored better than those that went with 0. You got 1,224. And Clive, Tipster and Cetra, who are on the edge of blue and green, also scoring the 500 points in this round. Everyone else, unfortunately, did not score. That is the cruelty of this round. Only a third of you will actually score some points. Proogs' position might not be maintained, he says, so this might be an opportunity for someone else to usurp his position. But there's still 4 questions left in this round before we decide who goes through to the final. Next question is... Back to Deloitte Insights, what percentage of Gen Z respondents says their favourite entertainment activity is engaging on social platforms? Answer between 0 and 100. Back again to Deloitte Insights, but now we're talking about Gen Z. What percentage of Gen Z respondents say their favourite entertainment activity is engaging on social platforms? Their favourite entertainment activity. Of course, there are other things out there, such like video games, cinema, TV, just playing in the park, doing other things like that. Online quiz Twitch streams, yeah, that could be up on the list, I suppose. Might be a bit hyper-specific, but certainly would be up on the list somewhere. Let's see where you played. Lowest guess of all was Clive with 13. Highest guess of all was Jack Wilfred on 99. Let's see, there's quite a few divided on 46 there. Adds to Milk-like and Westernator all think on 46. There's Dogfish and Kanoko with a dupe answer on 80. Topper and Jogging Chum with a dupe answer of 40. Let's divide you up. And we do have another edge case. Blue is anything up to 46. So adds to Milk-like Westernator, you are on the edge of blue and green. The green zone is from 46 up to 72.5, really. And then the red zone is 73 up to the max of 100. So Oni and Cetra sitting on either side of the green-red dividing line. Sam's just squeaked into the green zone. Not sure if that's a good thing. Well, let's find out. What percentage of Gen Z respondents, or Gen Z, doesn't sound right, even though I say it like that. It should be Gen Z, just because, but it's Z in the alphabet. Anyway, whatever. Correct answer. Clive with the best guess, only 11%. Only 11% say that engaging on social platforms was their favourite entertainment activity. 26% said video games was their most favourite entertainment activity. 26% for video games, but 11% for engaging on social platforms. So Clive doing the best, getting 1,443 for their guess. Then it shapes on 1,300, and brand new Halo 1,243. Everyone in the blue zone scoring some points, with Adster, Milk-like and Westernator on the edge, at least scoring 500. But it is a number one for many of them. Indeed, yeah, indeed. Well, that is looking good for Clive here. Might be clawing up into the top, top 20, maybe even top 10 if the trend continues. Go on to the next question. Of course, you've got to read the full question. Read the full question, otherwise you will mess it up and maybe give a really weird guess. Question number 3 of social relativity is: in the longest Major League Baseball game of the 21st century, we're going back to MLB, how many total batters were faced? Answer between 100 and 300. So we're going back to the same match again, but with a different factoid. How many total batters were faced in that game? I told you the factoid of the game earlier, so can you remember? Maybe you can extrapolate from that. Time up. You have no idea what this means. So total batters faced. Well, if you think about in baseball, the batter comes up. They are a batter that is being faced by the pitcher. So that is a batter being faced in the game. There's going to be at least 3 because the 3 strikes in. There's going to be 3 outs in each inning. But again, that's for each team. So that's 6. There's at least a minimum 9 innings generally. So there's that. But of course, there's more batters that can come based on number of batters that are then running around the pitch. It gets a bit more complicated, but you know, there's some numbers you can work with. A minimum of 54 says Lugaroo, but we're looking at a minimum of 100 in this range anyway. A batter isn't a player, not in the same sense, Proogs, because a player can come up multiple times at bat. So if they really got through the batters a lot in each inning, you could in theory see all batters come up on every inning, and that would count for the number of times they come up each time. So yeah, as more than one batter faced, yeah. Let's see what you went with. Lowest guesses we've got Brand New Halo on 100 and 8 Mickey on 101. Highest guesses we've got Sparrow Castle 263 and Tyson Bane 264. Let's divide you up. We've got another edge group here. Proogs, Score Count, Jogging Chum on the edge of both blue and green here with 144. Blue is anything up to 144. Green is from 144 up to 199. Colo and Connor sitting on either side of the green-red divider. And red is 199 up to 300. The answer we're looking for this. How many total batters were faced in that game that lasted over 6 hours? Colorado Rockies defending San Diego. Answer is 165. David Bodicum, and another absolutely on the nose guess, getting another 1,500 for a perfect guess. Shadowmane and Rift next best, getting 1,439, and then Itogi third best guess, getting 1,409 added to their total. Colo managing to score at least 500 while being in the correct range of the green zone. I could tell you that there were also 25 hits, 37 strikeouts, 13 walks, and 9 double plays amongst all those other numbers for that match. So 165 was the answer we're looking for there. Well done, David. Another perfect guess. Adds a wonderful 1,500 to your total. Apparently, David is better at US knowledge than UK knowledge. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll keep going. There's still 2 more questions in this round before we seal our top 6. Question number 4. And I mean, you might be seeing a trend here with the callback questions. Maybe this one is also a callback. The southernmost part of Central Park in Manhattan runs along what street? And it's between 1 and 300. The southernmost part of Central Park in Manhattan runs along what street? Don't worry about the ordinal end, just give me the number. We'll presume that we know what you mean by just the number, don't worry. So essentially an answer anywhere between 1st and 300th Street. Again, don't care about the actual ordinal ending on it. Suffix, if you want to use that term. Just the integer value. Let's see where you guessed. Quite a few low guesses. Highest of all is Proogs going for 192nd Street. Tyson Bane and Bass Aqua's going the lowest with 5th Street. There's quite a few. Westerlator Only and Tipster going for 59th Street. And there's a few also going for 78th Street. Score Count David, Diamond Ninja, Topper, and Shapes going for 78th Street. Are those 2 well-known streets? I get there's a few on 34th again. Remembering from earlier, I think, with Macy's. So it might be worth a guess going for another answer we've seen before. But let's find out. Let's split you up first. Oh, that green zone is very tight. So blue is anywhere from the 1 up to 55. Green zone is from 55 up to 78. Score count, David, Diamond Ninja, Topper, and Shapes, you are in the green and red zones. You are on the edge. So you will score if you are in green or red. And that red zone is anywhere from 78 up to the maximum 300. Let's find out what the correct answer is. "59th Street is the answer we're looking for there. Westernator, Oni, and Tipster giving the perfect guess, getting 1,500 points apiece. Kenda was next best with 1447, and Kolo third best with 1079. Just imagine if they hadn't given that particular number, then it would have shifted the dividing line. I mean, they gave the perfect answer, so they were guaranteed to be correct, and guaranteed to get 1,500. Regardless of where the dividing line would be. But that dividing line from blue to green was pretty damn close, it must be said. Central Park, just as you reference, it runs all the way from 59th up to 110th Street. But the question did ask for the southernmost part, and that is by 59th Street there. So the northernmost is 110th Street for your reference out there, if you care about that kind of thing. I'm sure some people out there do. Last question coming up in this round. Last chance for some points before we seal the top 6. And again, I think we might be making some callbacks here. Can you remember what the that last question was in round number 1? Or the 5th question, should I say, in round number 1 was? It was something UK-based, if I remember. From space! Thank you very much for the 1 year resub there, GIs. That is amazing support. Thank you very much for that. Hope you're doing well this morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time zone it ends up being for you here. I hope you're doing well. Last question in this round is: if their car achieved 50 miles per gallon, how many average length trips would the average Londoner need to take to use 1,000 gallons of petrol? And it's between 1,000 and 50,000. Quite a bit of maths involved here. If their car achieved 50 miles per gallon, how many average length trips would the average Londoner need to take to use 1,000 gallons of petrol? Ben's J, Mike, you're answering out of range. Give me another answer. David, that was out of range. I don't think we got another answer in time. Yeah, unfortunately that last answer didn't come in time, David. So it's not been accepted. Let's see where you went. So we have a guess as low as just pipping in on 1,001. And we have a guess as high as 50,000 from Kanoko the Cooper. So yeah, there is a bit of maths involved in this one. The very least you could say, the average trip for a Londoner is 7.7 miles. According to Nimble Fins, that is the average car journey for a Londoner, is 7.7 miles. And again, no way a London car's actually going to average 50 miles per gallon, but that's just the context of what we're looking for here in this question. And we had the answer earlier of... oh no, it was just a value, wasn't it? But you got the 50 miles per gallon, you got the 1,000 gallons, you got the distance. Just need to do all the divisions. The answer we're looking for is... before we divide you up, of course. Blue zone up to the 3,105 mark. Green zone 3,210 up to 17,500. Red zone 17,500 up to 50,000. That is a very tiny blue zone. Is that going to be enough? Let's find out. Correct answer is... 6,494. So Jack, again, the nice guess, the nicest of guesses out there, was the best to go for, at least, of all the guesses, getting 1,444 points there for that guess. Then it was Kendo with 1,382, and then it was Sparrow Castle 1,349. 6,494, the answer we were looking for there. Whiskers, Do you mind? Stop opening the door. Do you mind? Are you in or are you out? Right, you're going to stick in for now. Okay. Excuse me, coughing up. Oh, excuse me there. So, those are the last opportunities for points there. Let's close that off and let's do the reveal. Who's going to be in our top 6? Who's going to advance through to Special Relativity? Let's find out. Hopefully he's going to add the positional indicators it has done. VJ Willie, then Matt the Ref, Connor, then Mike, 8 Mickey, then Ben's J, Itogi, then Lovely Limes, Tyson Bain, then Clark, Bass Ackwards, then MPL Dar, AB Me, then Westernator, Setra, then Claire, Adster, then Clive, Inca, then David, Kanoko, then Maxio, Lupine, then Shadow, Sparrow, then Diamond Ninja, Dogfish, then Riff, Luguru, then Car, Sapster, then Jogging Chum, Topper, Jack Wolford 10th place, Colo 9th, Milklake 8th, Tipster 7th, and our top 6, Brand New Halo, Proogs, Score Count, Shapes, Kenda, and Oni. And there are all the scores there on the leaderboard there. Congratulations to Brand New Halo, Proogs, Score Count, Shapes, Kenda, and Oni. You are in the top 6. And you will advance through to Special Relativity in a moment. Hello again, Whiskers. You are being very crazy today. Don't go to the soundboard. Do not go to the soundboard. Oh, Tipsy, you were so close there. 7,791 versus 8,190. But it's just how this game goes, I suppose. Gonna calm down, Whiskers. Gonna calm down. Thank you. Thank you. Your hairs are going everywhere and they're going down my throat again and causing my throat to tickle. There's an accidental SFX. It's not an accidental one, I actually pressed it. Hairballs are not fun. Especially ones that are not... Yeah, no. Hairballs are not fun. So, congratulations to those top 6. We'll see you in a moment. Congratulations to everyone else. Unfortunately, you didn't get quite as high enough. But maybe you'll be able to do so in our second game by David later on. So for now, you're going to have to sit tight and root for your favourite out of these 6. Congratulations to Oni, Kenda, Shapes, Score, Proogs, and Brand New Halo. You are through to Special Relativity. This is the final round. This is Special Relativity. A question will appear on screen and in chat to which the answer will be an integer. We will not be revealing a range in this round, so you are guessing blind. Again, give an answer in whisper or public chat, either will work. The player who is the furthest away in each case will be eliminated, and in the case of a tie, whoever answers later will be eliminated in that case. So, good luck, Super 6. 6 will become 5 on this question. Your first question is: what is the sum of the atomic numbers of all elements discovered by Yuri Oganessian? Answer now. Score counts in. Proogs is in. Kenda's in. Halo and Shapes are in. Just Oni, and there is Oni. All players are in. Bass Ackwood says they're pretty sure they know this one. Well, we will test that knowledge in a moment, potentially. Let's find out what our final 6 went with. So, in order, first answer we came was Score Count with 400. The second one that came in was Proogs with 224. So, Proogs, you take the left side. Score, you take the right side. Third answer is Kenda with 1,420. So, Score, for now, you are safe. Kenda, you take the upper range. Fourth answer was Brand New Halo with 1,000. You are within range, so you are safe. The fifth answer was Shapes with 391. You are also in range, so you are safe. And our last answer was Oni, 380. You are also safe from elimination. So we have Proogs at 224, Kenda at 1,420. Our dividing line is set at 822. If it is below that number, then Proogs will be through. If it is above that number, then Kenda will be through. I can tell you there's at least 4 elements listed here. At least 4. The correct answer is... ...693. The list I have in front of me is Flerovium, Livermonium, Oganesson, Moscovium, Nihonium, and Tennessine. 6 elements all told there in this list here, all around the same number, about 100 and something or other, like 110, 112, 113, 115, somewhere in that ballpark. They're all the same area of the periodic table, and you total them up, it is nearly 700 or 693. Yeah, the newish ones, that kind of thing, I believe is what we got here. So, Kenda, unfortunately, you were a bit too far away. 420 probably would have been a better guess. You would have been closer to the correct answer in that case. I'm afraid we have to say goodbye. Proogs, you were closer there, so you have survived. You are through to the next question. So 5 players still in. 5 will now become 4 on this next question. Remaining players, fingers on those numbers. Your question is: prior to 2021, how many Olympic medals have Japanese athletes won? Answer now. We've got 1 answer in, 2, 3 answers in. All answers in. I presume so, yes, Topper. It doesn't say otherwise. It does not say otherwise, so I am presuming it is summer and winter, all told. And from the list here, it does indicate both. So yes, this is summer and winter Olympics, all told. Let's start revealing. First answer was score count with 200. Second is Oni with a magnitude higher, 1,111, all the ones. Third answer, Shapes with 558. You're within range, so you are safe. Fourth answer, Proogs with just 33. So Score, you are now safe. And the last answer was Brand New Halo with just 40. You are within range, just barely. Brand New Halo, you are safe. So, this is our dividing line here. Proogs, you are safe if the answer is below 572. Only you are safe if it is above 572. This is quite a range we have here. I could tell you off this list, the US is listed with 2,827 medals. The UK is listed with 883 medals. The correct answer is... $497. So again, Proogs was entered in on this this exchange here. Proogs survives once again. Only you were just a little too high with your guess there. If you maybe brought it down by 100, then it would have been a really close competition between you two. Yeah, 497, the answer we're looking for there. Only very well played, but you will take 5th place there. And Proogs, you survive once again into the next question. And he stumbled upon a tactic here, says Proogs. Well, will that tic-tac continue? I don't know. All I do know is 4 must become 3. So remaining 4 members. Your next question is: in feet, how tall is the main building of Moscow State University? Answer now. In feet, how tall is the main building of Moscow State University? Brand new halos in. Score count shapes are in. Just Proogs left. And that's Proogs. And Proogs has answered. Okay, let's see where you have answered. First that came through was Brand New Halo with 150. Second answer was Score Count with 459. As you're the first two, you're going to set the limit for now. Third answer, Shapes with 496, pretty close. Score Count, once again, safe from elimination there as Shapes extends the range. And last answer was Proogs. With 189 Proogs for the first time, you're safe. You are within the range. So we have two new people on the dividing line here. Brand New Halo versus Shapes. And the divider is set at 323 feet. If it's below that, Brand New Halo, you are safe. If it's above that, Shapes, you are safe. How tall is the main building of Moscow State University? The correct answer is 787 is the answer we have listed here. 787. It's pretty damn tall. Yeah, it's a pretty damn tall building. Let me see if I can share this on screen quickly. Yeah, there you go. There's the building there. That's the main building of Moscow State University. That's a double Big Ben. So there you go. Now you know that Moscow State University has a very big main building. Shapes, you survive on that one with your guess of 496. I'm afraid, Brand New Halo, your guess was just a bit too far away with 150, and we do have to say goodbye. Shapes moves on to the penultimate question. It is a big Big Ben, yes, indeed. Not just a Big Ben, no, a big Big Ben. So, penultimate question for our final three. Fingers on those numbers. Question is, how many Super Bowls got less US viewers than the final episode of MASH? Answer now. How many Super Bowls got less US viewers than the final episode of MASH? Score count's already in. Shapes is in, Proogs is in, all players are in. I imagine this is going to be a tight one because there are not many Super Bowls in total. There's like 50 odd, something like that. Let's find out what you went with. First answer was Score Count with 12. Second answer was Shapes with 19. A separation of only 7. And Proogs, your answer was also 19. So because Shapes answered earlier, Shapes is safe. Proogs, you take the upper edge. So it is between Score Count and Proogs. 12 versus 19. And it can't really do the division. It should be 15.5 really, but 16 is our dividing position here. Score Count answered earlier. So 16 below that, Score Count is safe. Above that, Proogs is safe. The answer we're looking for is... yeah, like I say, it couldn't do the division properly. "37 of the 55 actually have a better performance than MASH. The other 8 are the most viewed programs in US history. I don't know what that really means, but yeah. 37 was the answer we're looking for there. Score Count, unfortunately, your guess was a bit too low. We have to say goodbye. Proogs, for the 3rd time, you've been on the dividing line, and you have survived to the final question this time round. Skullcat's headphones died at the same time as the ship exploded. Oh, the immersion. Matt immersion. Other 8, yeah, I think it should be other 18. Must be the typo on the factoid. So, it has come to this. Our final question. Oh, it's a biggie, this one. I will recommend to you ahead of time, watch your digit count, because it will matter in this one. Final question to determine the winner of relativity is... in US dollars, what is the total worldwide gross for the re-releases, not the original release, the re-releases of James Cameron's Avatar worldwide? Starting now. No, Proogs is in. And Shapes is in. So not the original release, just, I say just, the 3 re-releases since then. So Proogs is the first to answer and went with 105,811,911. And the last guess that came in was Shapes with 191,009,099. Pretty close guesses, it must be said. You know, within that magnitude, those are pretty close guesses. So, let's put the dividing line up. 148,410,505 is our dividing point. Below that, Proogs, you are our winner. Above that, Shapes, you are our winner. I can tell you, the answer isn't in this range. The answer is not in this range. So it's got to swing perfectly one side or the other by the end. So who was closest? The correct answer is... oh, that swing. It's going to Shapes' side. No, it's going to Proogs' side. $103,668,616. So, Proogs, can I just say, your guess is within like 1% or so. Like 1 or 2%. That's just ridiculous. That is an absolutely astonishing guess there. Very well played, Proogs. Shapes, your guess of 191 million is still a very good guess, given the magnitudes we're talking, but unfortunately you weren't close enough. Proogs, you were the closest out of the two, which does mean you are our winner. Very well played with that guess there, Proogs. Just amazing. $103,668,616 was the answer we were looking for. And I decided to add a little thing at the end, so let's have some credits. So yes, if you made any sort of critique or comment about how to further the design of Relativity in the Ideas channel, I did add you in the credits there under the further design credit. So thank you for all of the ideas, all the help that you've given me in making Relativity a better game. You have now been credited. If you should have been credited, if you have actually added something, then I will need to probably give you an extra credit. Do you get a credit for space, says Toad? I'll probably have to add that as well at some point. Yes, I need to give you a credit for space. You are a credit, and if you want to use an official name rather than the username or otherwise, let me know in a DM and I'll change it to an official name if you want to do that, and I'll be able to sort that out. But yeah, there you go. We got credits now in this game because why not? I need to add more credits to things because y'all are awesome and you should be credited for it. What game is scheduled for Friday? I don't know yet, Diamond. That's the problem. I really don't know what is scheduled for Friday. How many dukes is the winner getting? I've also not figured that out. I still need to balance the game for dukes and figure out what to do. So, sorry, I'm not doing that many Proogs. 103 million is pretty high. I'm not going to give that many. Double Secret Fortune on Friday? I probably could, actually, David. I've got quite a few Secret Fortune packs, so we could very much do a Double Secret Fortune stream on Friday. So, let's do that. Let's just say we'll do that. Because it's been implemented recently. And we've got packs from Sapster, Clive, and David. So yeah, we've got plenty of stuff. No, if I do 4, it's that has been just sitting on the sideline for such a long time, and with bands suddenly doing things on weekends, I now don't have the time on the weekends that I was going to put towards putting Duel 4 effort in. So it's becoming a real mess now. I know that Duel is still being delayed. It's really irritating. I want to get it started as soon as I can, but things are getting in the way. So I will try and sort something out as soon as I can, but it's just a lot of stuff to do, and not enough time to do it in. Might have to get another week off work or something, and I've still got lots of annual leave to take. So I should probably do that. Anyway, we are not done with Relativity this evening. We do have one more game to play. Like I said, we are playing 2 games tonight, and we're going to be playing David Bodicum's 4th pack shortly. Let me load that up here. Void, I know. Continue with that. I want the game data to be the following. Intro sequence. Where is it? Oh, there you are. David Bodicum. Where are you? 4? There it is. Is that the right one? Is that the correct file? That is the correct file. Yes. Cool. Hit the save button. Nah, you won't crash and burn, Proves. You did very well in that game. And yes, I do need to award Dukes for wins in this game, as well as for those that scored at least something on the leaderboard before we got to the final. I need to sort something out for that. Again, just not gotten around to it. Just lots of stuff getting on with. Anyway, we need to have more fun. We need to play a second game. Just get it over and done with. Or, no, not get over and done with. Get it done. I need to put the fan on because I'm getting warm in here as well. And I need to go full screen so that we can queue titles and you can see it all in its wonderful splendor. And here we go. It's Relativity! Shut up, Ding. It is Relativity once again. Let's get the lobby open straight away. It's NHJW. NHJW. if you like to play this pack by David Bodicum, entering that room code. And we'll start from the top once again. 6 questions of general relativity, 5 of ranged, and 5 of social relativity before we then go into the final with 5 special relativity questions. Again, all penned by David J. Bodicum. So how do you find Pop Round's pack there? I really enjoyed it, and you know what? I kind of liked the callback. I know that it possibly limits the sort of the spectrum of knowledge, but I kind of like the idea of at least callbacking, because then you're sort of using prior answers to work out guesses to the next set of questions. So it was a nice idea. I kind of liked it. Yeah, another one of those to just another idea to sort of have in the back pocket of your question writing. If you're struggling to write a load of different categories, then maybe go for a callback, but still have, you know, some sort of different angle to it, so it's not just the same question, just repeated with different facts. David Bodicum for 11th-month resub. Oh, I was looking forward to maple syrup, though. You know, it's lovely maple syrup. Maybe there's some I don't know, blueberry coulis or something, or anything like that. I'll be all right with that, I suppose. But still, 11th resub. That is amazing support, David. Thank you very much for your continued support there, and also for all these wonderful questions that we've been having on stream as well. It's been just amazing to have such professional question writing here on stream. It's very, very generous to do that. Coulis, raspberry coulis, yes indeed. No, it's not coulis, it's coulis. It's coulis, mate. At least that's where I come from. It's called a coulis. My mum called it a coulis, my granddad called it a coulis, my nan called it a coulis. It's called a coulis. It's called a coulis. Don't care. Even if it's wrong, I'm calling it a coulis. Because my family are right, alright? Question writers are indeed awesome, Topper. And on that note, Topper is going to be doing some Cash Trapped soon again. And maybe asking for more questions. So if you're interested in writing some questions for Topper's Cash Trapped, then do give Topper a bell, and you might be able to sort that out and get some questions over on his games, hosted over on his stream and or on Discord. I actually don't know where you are doing Cash Trap this time round, because you might end up doing it on Twitch. I don't know, but it works really nicely in Discord. My family are right. Well, good. It should be called Coulis then. I mean, I'm dumb as well, Topper. That's why I don't write questions. Although I've been getting better, getting some more practice in with writing packs for Jeopardy, that kind of thing. Hello, Whiskers. Hi. I see you're right by the soundboard again. Are you going to press some buttons? Are you going to press some buttons again and derail the stream? Is that what you're going to do? I don't know if chat can see your tail or not, but it is there. There's the tail. There's nothing over there for you, Whiskers. The treats are not there anymore. I don't know why you're over there. They are not over there, Whiskers. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing to me, Whiskers? What are you doing, eh? Ah, come here. Hey? Yeah? What? Sorry, we're having a cat moment. Yes, we are indeed, aren't we, Whiskers? Ooh, purr, purr, purr. Wonder if chat can hear that. Ooh. Oh, no. Hello there, Bass Ackwards. It's a pause for thought, indeed. Can they hear you, Whiskers? Apparently not. They can't hear you purring, but I can feel it purring. I can feel you purring. It's very nice. You want just a cat stream. No quizzing content, you just want a cat stream in future. I can maybe arrange that midweek or something, I don't know. We'll just have just cat stream or something. Whiskers, your tail. Your tail, Whiskers. Hey, that's not cat treats. That's headache tablets, and that's my soundboard. I mean, there probably are, David. I mean, there's chicken streams, there's duck streams. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a cat-only stream out there somewhere. I had one of those Russian hats, did I? Okay, Whiskers, have you had enough now? Have you had enough attention for now? I'll give you more pets later. I need to host a quiz, all right? Okay? Do I have your permission? Oh, don't go sitting there, Whiskers. Oh. Don't go sitting there, Whiskers. I'm not going to be able to move my mouse if you do that. Don't go sitting there. Sorry, I can't have you sitting there. Ugh. It's a real pain sometimes at work because she'll just flop right in front of my keyboard, so I have to have such a weird angle to try and type for when I'm coding. Oh dear, Whiskers, your hair is getting everywhere. I need to give you another brushing. Anyway, can I put you over here, please? Thank you, Whiskers. Thank you. Right, 30 seconds and I'll get this game underway. I'm not going to delay you anymore. This delay provided by Whiskers. I need to get a bit more of this. I mean, I like the companionship, certainly. Right, let's get this game underway. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go! And we go to round number 1. We know what round number 1 is now. It's general relativity. So you're going to see some statements to which there will be a number in there. You just need to tell me if that number should be lower, equal, or higher. Say lower, equal, higher. Say L, E, H. Use the less than symbol, the equal symbol, the greater than symbol. Any of those will work. Whisper to public chat or whisper to Quizbot 3000. Any of those methods will work. Salutes for general relativity indeed. And you'll score some points if you are right. 500 in each case. So if you're ready, get ready. Here's your first question. Well, first statement. There are 66 letters on the standard Snellen eye chart test. Lower, equal, or higher? Oh, Clark Joseph, you need to type again. There we go. You've got to watch the spelling if you use the full word, because it won't accept it otherwise. Okay, let's see what we went with. Okay, 23 believe lower. Just 6 believe exactly 66, and 5 believe there are more than 66. The answer is, quite surprisingly, it is equal. Just 66. Exactly what we're looking for there was the correct answer. Let me quickly bring up the sheet to get more information on this. Each of the 11 rows has one letter more than the previous one if you're thinking from the bottom up. So it's a triangle number 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6, etc. up to plus 11, and that gets you to 66 being the number. So yes, there's 11 rows on that eye chart. Just 6 give me the correct answer. We've got the 66 and the 6. We have the devil's number apparently, and those 6 are going to get 500 points. So yeah, that's how many there are. Maybe need to Maybe you need to go to Specsavers and have a check next time you're there and count off the number of rows just for your own curiosity. Anyway, moving on. Next question is, or next statement is, over his lifetime, the Mormon leader Brigham Young was sealed, as in married to, 82 women. Lower, equal, or higher? Let's see what he answered. Okay, only 3 believe that it is exactly 82. Just 12 believe the number should be lower than 82. And quite a few, 23, believe that he was sealed to more than 82 women. Answer we're looking for is... it is lower. 55 women is the answer. So, only 12 giving the right answer there, and those 12 are going to get 500 points. Over his lifetime, the Mormon leader Brigham Young was sealed to 55 women, yes, and numbers vary, but most sources will give some number between 20 and 55. So anywhere in that range, 20 to 55, but we've gone for the highest range value, 55. Lower was the right answer, 12 getting the points. And we move on to the next question. Next statement in general relativity is... according to the official M&M's website, there are 6 official spokes candies. Lower, equal, or higher? Let's see what you answered. So yeah, spokes candies is in, you know, the characters of M&M's that actually talk and do presses and things like that, I suppose. 17 believe there are exactly 6. 7 believe there are fewer than 6. 13 believe there are more than 6. The answer we're looking for here, it is equal. There are 6. And they are red, that's voiced by Futurama's Billy West. There's orange, voiced by Law & Order's J.K. Simmons. You've then got yellow, green, Miss Brown, who's voiced by Vanessa Williams, and blue. So red, orange, yellow, green, Miss Brown, and blue are the 6 spokes candies of M&M's. And there you go. 17 getting it right, getting 500 points. I presume adverts and such, they're declared as official spokes candies. Moving on to the next question. Question number 4 in this round. Oh, it's a doozy, this one. Let me get my notes up again on this one so I read the number right. Question is... the Earth weighs 60 quadrillion tons. Lower, equal, or higher? So that's the question we're looking at here. The Earth weighs 60 quadrillion tons. Lower, equal, or higher? Let's see where you went. So there's one person, one solitary person, that believes that that is a correct statement. 18 believe it is lower than 60 quadrillion. There's 19 that believe it is higher than 60 quadrillion. And if that person that was equal that went lower, it would have been a perfect 50-50. Nevertheless, there is still that potential that it could be the right answer. And that one person, and only that one person, will get 500 here. The answer we're looking for is... 6 sextillion tons. So even more zeros added to that list. 6 sextillion tons is the weight of the Earth. So yeah, lots of zeros involved. 19 gave me the right answer there. It says 50%, and those 19 are going to get 500 points. It is a rather large number, and this is why standard notation was invented indeed. Yeah, 6 times 10 to the 15, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, no, times 10 to the 21. 6 times 10 to the 21. There you go, apparently. Something like that. Anyway, moving on. last question in general relativity. In fact, it's very close to the end of the round already. Last question in this round is... No, hang on. Is it the last question? No, it's penultimate question. Question number 5. I can't count. Published in 2019, a book about the development of the heart had a 377-word title on its cover. Lower, equal, or higher? I'd be terrible at this game. I can't even count. This is question number 5. Let's see what he answered. 13 believe it is lower than 377. 17 believe it is 377. And 8 think there's more than 377 words on the title of, or the title on its cover. Let's find out. The answer we're looking for here is 3,777 words on its cover. 3,777. Written by Vityala Yathindra of Kyrgyzstan, the title begins the historical development of the heart and then lists a large number of animals. So there you go. 3,777, or the equivalent of just over a third of what my dissertation would have required at university. My dissertation was a 10,000 word document at the very least. I think that's what they recommended for you. So yeah, a third of a dissertation on the title, on the cover of a book. That's just ridiculous. Unless it's, unless the book was like on A0 paper or something, then it might actually be a reasonable size. But well done to the 8 getting the right answer there, getting 500 points. And now it is the final question of this round. Now that I can actually count. This is question number 6, statement number 6 in general relativity, and it reads as follows. Of all the US presidents, there has been one who was an only child. Lower, equal, or higher? I'm afraid higher error is not going to be accepted as it's a typo, SNMIDI. Got to watch out on the typo next time. Let's see where you played. Okay. 8 believe there is lower than 1, i.e. 0, presumably. 13 believe exactly 1. And 17 believe anything higher than 1. Jack Crawford, you don't know this. Well, you will do in a moment. Don't worry. You will now know what this is. Samster thinks they know it. Go on then, Samster. What do you think it is? If you're going to call yourself out like that. You say it's 0. And you'd be right. It is indeed 0. No only child has been president. Only 3 have had just 1 sibling. And on average, the US president has had 5 siblings. So there you go. The more you know. There's no only childs that have ever been presidents. They've always had some sort of sibling in there. And yes, the average US president has 5 siblings. It's what it says. It's just what it says on the card I've got here. So, and that's on POTUS.com. Sounds like a definitive source. POTUS.com. So, the end of that round. Let's see where you are. A bit of a reversal of fortunes here. Prugs and Deuce yet to score so far, but still plenty of time. Clive and Colo doing the best, getting 4 out of 6 in that round, each getting 2,000 points. So yes, Clive was at the bottom at the end of round number 1 on the previous game, is now at the top at the end of round number 1 in this game. So anything could happen. Yeah, Prugs with the crash and burn, but like I say, anything could still happen. Still plenty of opportunity for points. And as we go into round number 2, we start the guesstimations. I absolutely can do, David. We could do that. There you are. You have permission to post a link. And as you do that, let's move on to round number 2, which is range relativity. So now you need to give me a guess answer as a form of an integer. You'll see a question in chat and on screen. Give me an answer to Quizbot 3000 or public chat. An integer response that is within the range. And You get more points the closer you are to the correct answer versus everybody else. Up to 1,000 for a perfect guess, and down to 0 for the furthest away guess of those that get accepted. It is as simple as that. Good luck to you all. Get those fingers ready on those digits. Can I make a theme for Secret Fortune questions? I suppose you can do, Diamond Ninjas. Nothing to say you can't put a theme in your pack. Not at all. You definitely could do that. So if you want to make a themed pack, by all means, try it out. Anyway, let's move on to this. Round 2, question 1 is... In the film Trading Places, how many millions of dollars do the Duke brothers end up owing in orange juice futures? Answer between 0 and 1,000. So, from 0 millions to 1,000 millions, if that makes sense. Alright, let's see where you have answered. Quite a few low answers. Lowest of all was Clark and Lovely Limes with 10 million. Highest guess we've got Sparrow Castle with 1,000 million, so a billion. We've got quite a few sitting on 250. We've got a few sitting around the 350, 360 mark. A few sitting on 500. And Claire, of course, going for the nice 0 answer there as well. Jack's gone for another nice number, but with the 1 on front instead. Let's find out what the right answer is. Ooh, 394. Tyson Bane. That's a damn good guess. Getting pretty much 1,000 points. 998 points there. Then Sampster with 959. And then Setchup with 942 points. Yeah, Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd's characters rigged the market as revenge for their harsh treatment by the Dukes. Only $394 million owing in orange juiced futures based off of that. Sparrow Castle, unfortunately, were the furthest away. You are scoring nothing for that, but still plenty of time to catch up. We move on. Clear that away. Move on to the next question. And... you know what? I've just realised there is a. What's the correct unit for this one? Because, I mean, what is the real unit though? I've just looked at it again and realised it's I'll assume it's the A one. I've just looked at it again and realised that the unit isn't quite right. But I don't know exactly what it should be. Because the unit on its own doesn't give enough context to the right value. And that does matter if you're just giving a random guess, I think. Just looking at it. I mean, they all say the same thing as well. I'm just looking randomly just to see if there's anything that says a specific thing. The thing is, how are you supposed to know these numbers anyway? I'll leave it as it is. It should be fine anyway. It's just very difficult to sort out. It's just I've written a question before where I put the very specific unit in to account for the fact that it's a weird unit to measure. Anyway, we'll go with it as it is. Should be alright. Here's your question. In decibels, how loud can the clicks made by sperm whales reach? That's between 0 and 250. Okay, you have locked in. Reason I have the sort of weird feeling is because I know that just saying decibels generally isn't enough. There are different scales. There's dBA, there's dBSPL. There's a few different decibel scales, and yeah, because decibels is technically a ratio of loudness in a way. I just didn't know which one exactly they were talking about. I couldn't find it, so I'm just have to leave it as it is. And it doesn't even mention the distance away that you're measuring from as well by saying that. I'm presuming that there is a consistent distance they're accounting for here. But yeah, the word decibels just on its own is ambiguous. But we'll go with it as it is. I'm presuming dBA because that's the sort of standard, I think. You'd only use dBSPL in a more live music environment, I think. Anyway, let's see what you answered. I'm just being very pedantic. Lovely Lines with the lowest guess of 69. Highest guess we've got is Looping 1 with 230, then Topper with 240. Now, I think if we're on this scale, we're looking at a jet engine is sitting around the 120 decibel range, something like that, if we're using that sort of guess. The answer we're looking for here is, and yes indeed it is logarithmic. It's damn loud it is. It's 230 decibels. You don't want to know how loud that is because that will just hurt. It's loud enough to kill you and possibly make your head explode. It's that loud. Yeah, 230 decibels is you do not want to mess with. Loopy 1, that guess is absolutely bang on the money, getting 1,000 points. And then it's Riff 969, and then Topper 938 points there. Lovely Limes, unfortunately, your answer of about 60 decibels is kind of the volume of my fan, I think, or slightly louder than that potentially. At least as I can hear it. Obviously you can't really hear it on stream, but as I can hear it, it's about the volume of that. So yeah, 230, it's a lot. Points going to Ralph there, getting the best answer. Concerts typically at 106 to 110 at front of house. Obviously it depends on the concert, but yes, yeah, that sounds about right. Typical human conversation is 60 decibels. Yeah, something like that. Anyway, we're moving on. We keep going to the next question. Third question in range relativity is as follows. Between 1986 and 2001, how many laps around Earth were performed by the Mir Russian space station? That's between 0 and 100,000. Okay, let's see where you guessed. Inca's going the lowest, saying only 5. Possibly just getting a nice answer or sort of a nice score based off of adjacent answers around them. There's a couple on 25,000, there's a few on the nice number plus the extra bit on the 69,420. Clark, Lovely Limes and Carr went with 70,000. There's a few floating around there. Claire was the largest guess, going 89,000 laps. Let's find out what the right answer is. $86,331. Westernator and Claire doing the best of all there. Westernator with 991 points, Claire with 969 points, Brownie Halo 869 points. Unfortunately, Inca going the wrong way. Possibly thinking as Tipster was worrying there that it was potentially geosynchronous. It is not. Mir would circle roughly 16 times every day, every 24 hours. So you do the math on that and you get into the 86,000 ballpark there. 86,331 was the correct answer. Westernator and Claire doing the best, getting the points there. And we go on to question number 4 in range relativity, which is, as of 3rd of June 2021, what is the total age of all of the UK's living Prime Ministers, past or present? Answer between 0 and 1,000. So as of 3rd of June 2021, What is the total age of all the UK's living Prime Ministers, past or present? Living. And as far as I'm aware, this number hasn't changed as of today. So it's still the same today, I think. Maybe a +1 somewhere, but as far as I'm aware, it's still the same number. In this game, Sparrow, yes, you're supposed to be able to guesstimate with your mind, not guesstimate with a calculating device. Okay, well, let's see where you went. So Westernator went the lowest here, went with 151. We've got a few hovering around 400, 420, 500, 600. Highest answer we've got here is Lovely Lines with 887. And I could tell you, of the living Prime Ministers, past or present, we have 6 in total. Eldest being John Major, who's currently sitting at age of 78. The answer of all 6 is... $391. Tipster with the best guess there, only off by a single year, getting pretty much 1,000 points added to their total. Then it's Shadowmane 996, and then Deuce and Poker Joker adding 982. The full rundown is John Major 78, Brown 70, Blair 68, May 64, Johnson 57, youngest of all Cameron 54. And suddenly I'm sounding like I'm announcing the results of the football. Major 78, Brown 70, Blair 68, May 64, Johnson 57, Cameron 54. It's definitely a lot of goals, yeah. Possibly rugby scores might be there, but even still, those are damn fine rugby scores. Well done, Tipster, getting pretty much bang on there. Only 1 year off, adding pretty much 1,000 to your total. Basketball, yeah, I suppose those could be basketball scores, although 50s are a bit low for a basketball score, I'd say. Right, last question in range relativity. Forewarning, count your digits. Count your digits on this one. We're looking for, well, a number that could be enormous. So count your digits. How many tennis balls could you fit inside Wimbledon's centre court with the roof closed? Answer between 0 and 1 billion. Yes, you can, Mike. Yes, you can. Well, at least no one went with too many digits. Everyone was in with a guess that worked. Let's see what you played. Yeah, we're in some segregated groups here, I think. We've got 100 million, 120, 200 million, 250, 300 million, 500 million, 700 million. Riff Raccoon's just going for nice. Sparrow Castle's going for devil. Highest answer we've got his Proogs with 841,456,457. 841,456,457. Okay. Some 69 millions up there. Shy of 3 million from Samster. All sorts of interesting numbers and figures. Let's find out what the right answer was. $290 million. Samster, you were right. You were one magnitude out. If you just added another, I think, digit, I think you would have been alright. Oh no, were you on 2.9 million, or were you? If you're on 2.9, you need to add 2 more digits. I can't remember which one you exactly were now. But anyway, you were off by a magnitude or 2. Dogfish was the closest, getting 982 points. Then it was Clive and Oni, second closest, 927, and then Clark Joseph with 921. This was according to CodeGate. They just have a number posted there that is that calculation. They don't necessarily tell you how the calculation works, but it is up there. So they must have done the calculation at some point. But yeah, 290 million was the answer we're looking for there. Points there to Dogfish, getting the closest. Well done. At the end of round number 2, let's see where you are. Clive just slipping down into 3rd place there. Colo... Excuse me. Colo holding on to 1st place. 5,396. Then it's Oni in 2nd place, 5,018. And Brand New Halo's at 4th place, 4,759. Progs still sitting in last place there with 1,919, but can still claw a few more places up from that. Matt Ackwood's currently in 7th place, just below Poker Joker, sitting on that dividing line at 6th place, because you need to be in the top 6 at the end of round number 3 to move on through to Special Relativity, the final. So let's put that away. Let's go to round number 3, which is Social Relativity. So we're going to do the same as we did in round number 2, except after you give me the answers, we will divide you into 3 groups, 3 zones, if you will. Red, green, and blue. Or blue, green, and red. That's the order I've actually done them in. And if you are in the zone that contains the correct answer, then you will score points, a minimum of 500 in this round, a maximum of 1,500 if you can get right on the nose. That'll be a very interesting question at the end, Riff, although obviously it's that'll be a metadata powered answer rather than a fixed factoid. Before we do though, Varlix, hello there. Kaboom! And Whiskers again. Thank you for the 18-month resub, 17-month streak. Thank you, Varlix, for that support. Twitch baby, double Twitch baby with that number, in fact. Thank you very much. Whiskers, you are being very needy today. You're being very needy today, aren't you? Eh? Eh? You're very, very needy today. I'll give you attention once I've finished, alright? We're going to round 3, so not too long, okay? Not too long. Alright? Right. Round number 3 we shall now enter into. Get ready, fingers on those numbers. And here we go. Question number 1. She doesn't need more milk, she's already had enough. Question number 1 is... what is the height of Sesame Street's Big Bird in inches? That's between 0 and 200. Those damn imperial measures. They're back again. What is the height of Sesame Street's Big Bird in inches? Cetra, you need to answer again. Didn't get an answer back in time, I'm afraid there, Cetra, so it will not be counted. Right. Let's see where you answered. Oh my god. Hairs everywhere. Definitely need to brush your whiskers. Lowest answer we've got here is Clark Joseph with 50 inches. Highest answer we've got here is Shadowbane with 174 inches. Let's divide you up into those 3 zones. Tiny green zone there in the middle. So, the blue zone all the way up to 95. Well, sorry, 96 should I say, because we do have an edge case here for NPL Dart, Lupine, Clive, Brand New Halo, Topper, Diamond Ninja, and Inca. They're on the edge of both the blue and the green. The green zone is from 96 up to 111. And then red zone is from 112 up to the maximum of 200. There's a lot of people doing some very basic maths here, some multiplication. Possibly 8 by 12. Yeah, sounds like an 8 by 12. They're thinking that Big Bird might be about 8 foot tall, and just did that by 12 to get them in inches. How close was that guess? You were 2 inches off. 8'2", or 98 inches in total was what we were looking for there. NPL Dart, Lupine, Jack Wilfred, Clive, Brand New Halo, Topper One Gaming, Diamond Ninja, Inca, and Samster all closer there, getting 1,300 points. Whiskers! Really? Really? Calm down. So, very well played to those making a nice educated guess there. Yes, 8'2" was the entire height there, so you're only off by 2 inches. And Big Bird has been part of Sesame Street since the very first episode in 1969. I'm not going to let her cause problems, otherwise the stream's going to go down. You don't want that, do you? So very well played to those making the nice guesstimate answer of 8 foot in inches, because that got you the best points, 1,300 each. A lot of people scoring, in fact. We go to the next question then. Question number 2 in social relativity is: there are 293 ways to use US coins that add up to $1. How many ways are there of choosing coins worth $2? Answer between 0 and 10,000 combinations. Answers are in. Let's see where you've played. Ooh. Interesting range here. Puzzle Dan's gone the lowest here with 345. We've got quite a few sitting on 6,000 and around that sort of ballpark. We've got a couple on 9,000, and the highest guess we've got is Mike with 9,500. Let's divide you up. Okay, so what we have here is blue all the way up to 2,300 or so. Green is anywhere from 2,300 so up to exactly 6,000. That is an edge case. So Clive, Inca, and Brand New Halo, you are on the edge here between green and red. And then red zone is from 6,000 all the way up to the maximum of 10,000 here. Clive playing the border game once again. Well, let's see. Did it pay off? Are you in the correct border group? The answer we're looking for here is... it is 2,728. It does sit in the green zone there. Bass Aquas was closest of all, 1,447 points added to their total. Then it's Colo, 1,424, and then Tipster, 1,383 added to their total. Yeah, from $1 up to $2, it's basically multiply it by 10, or nearly 10, and that gets you there. You say only 2,000 ways, well, it's nearly 3,000 ways, Mike. 2,728 is nearly 3,000 ways. That's quite a few combinations. Quite a combination indeed. So congratulations to the green players getting at least 500 points for their answer. And Bassakwood's doing best of all, getting 1,447 added to their total. Third question then we move on to in social relativity. And your third question is: how many Ford Model Ts were constructed between 1908 and 1927? Answer between 0 and 100 million. Samson, you're out of range. That's better. And Ben's J just getting an answer in time. Let's see where you played. Ooh, quite a few low answers. And again, we're all sitting on sort of major divisions here. Sparrow Castle, Dogfish, and Puzzle Down on 5 million. J-Way on 6 million. Samson's gone for the gone for the nice 6.9 million. Mike's gone for 9 million. Quite a few on 10 million, 15 million, 40 million, 42 million, 60 million. A lot of million divisions here. Let's divide you up. It's quite a big red zone. And we do have some more edge cases. If you gave me 10 million, that's Clark, Joseph, Tipster, and AV Me, then you are on the edge of blue and green here. Blue is all the way up to 10 million. Green is from 10 million up to 38.5 million. And red is from 38.5 all the way up to the maximum. Samson's not liking the look of this blue zone. Let's find out what the right answer is. Green Zone takes it 15,456,868. That was the answer we're looking for there. Westernator and Carr doing best of all, adding 1,479 each their totals. There's brand new Halo 1475 and Connor 1355 added to their total. And yeah, not much really to say. That's just the number it was. 15,456,868. We have got 2 more questions left in this game before we seal our top 6. So 2 more opportunities to score. Try and score as big as you can. Question number 4 of social relativity is: each year, the death list predicts the death of 50 celebrities within that year. How many of their 1,000 guesses between 2001 and 2020, or 2020, were right? That's between 0 and 1,000. Bench J just getting an answer in time there. Let's see where you went. Brian CDN, the lowest guess here, went with 56. Got a couple on 100, a few on the 400. Highest guess we've got is 700 from Inca. Let's divide you up. Ooh, no edge case this time round. It looked like there might have been, but no edge case this time. Blue is up to 211. Green is from 211 up to 420.5. And then red is 420.5 all the way up to the maximum. So Claire and Diamond Ninja sitting just either side of the green-red dividing line. So how many of their 1,000 guesses between 2001 and 2020 were correct? The answer we're looking for is 246. Connor with the best guess there, only off by 4, getting themselves 1,477 added to their total. And then it was Westernator next closest with 1,414 added to their total. And then Carr, third closest, as well as Riff, getting 1,368 added to their total. Yes, averages around 12 out of 50, but their best record, if you want to call it that, their best performance was in 2020, where they managed to guess 20 out of 50 correctly. It's I don't know if that is a personal best you really want to talk about, but yeah, that's what it is. The worst year of predictions they had was in 2011, when they only had 7 correct out of their 50 guesses. So there you go. Well done, Connor, getting the closest, getting themselves 1,477 added to their total. Well done, everyone in Green Zone, scoring at least 500 there. We go to our final question of the main game before we seal off our final 6. Last chance for some points. Can you get close? Can you get the closest to the correct answer here? Your final question in social relativity is: in UTC time, how many minutes ahead is Nepal compared to the Yukon territory? And it's between 0 and 1,440. In UTC time, how many minutes ahead is Nepal compared to the Yukon territory? I have a feeling we're going to have quite a few divisions here, sort of regular divisions coming up again, because time zones are generally divided in hour increments, although sometimes they are half-hour increments. And even smaller than that, we do also have quarter-hour increments in places as well. Let's see what you guessed. Yeah, unsurprisingly, a lot of sort of 30-minute guesses or 30-minute divisions up there, and 60-minute divisions. We've got quite a few on 720. We've got a 1080 from Poker Joker, 1000 from Clive, 960, 1200, 1440. Jack Wilfred's gone the highest of all. Tyson Bay's gone the lowest of all, thinking that there's just no difference in time between Nepal and the Yukon Territory. Samster thought 13 hours. Let's divide you up. And there are no edge cases this time. The blue zone is all the way up to 657. Green is from 657 up to 910. And then red from 910 up to the maximum. So for the final time in this round, the correct answer is... Sapsi, your guess was pretty damn good. 12 hours and 45 minutes, in fact. Nepal is currently at UTC 5 plus 5:45. The Yukon is currently at UTC minus 7. Obviously, we're at UTC plus 1 technically because we're in daylight savings. So, but you know, we don't care about where we are anyway. Just the difference between UTC minus 7 and UTC plus 5:45 gives you 12 hours and 45 minutes. The difference, or 765 minutes all told. Samster and Carr doing the best guess there, getting 1,389. Then Colo with 1,359. And then Brandy Halo and Jay White third best with 1,241. The green zone scores in that final question. Now let's see what's done to the final standings in reverse order. So at the back we have Proogs. Unfortunately could not get off the back row there. Then SM Mini, Lovely Limes, Mike, Deuceman, then Puzzle Dan, Adster, then Sparrow Castle, Ryan CDN, then Kenda, Claire, then Poker Joker, Jay White, then BC, Jack Wilfred, then Clark Joseph, Cetra, then Diamond Ninja, Shadowmane, then Dogfish, Shapes, then Oni, Ben's J, then Tyson Bain, Inca, then NPL Dart, Looping One, then Connor, ABB. Then in the top 10 we have Clive, 9th place Bass Ackwards, 8th Tipster, 7th Riff Raccoon, 6th Restallator, 5th Topper One Gaming, 4th Samster, 3rd is Carr, 2nd is Brand New Halo, and pole position is Colo Cola. Throughout the entire game has sat at the top of the leaderboard and has managed to seal a place in the final there. Congratulations to Westerdator, Topper One Gaming, Samster, Car 7th, Brand New Halo, and Colo. You will be taking part in Special Relativity in a moment. Congratulations. Commiserations to everyone else below, though, especially there to Riff. You were very close to getting into the top 6. You were only 30, 28 points, or maybe 29 points, really, to secure it away from getting into the top 6 there, and would have taken over Westerdator's place, but hard luck there. But very well played to all of our players there. You did some wonderful guesstimations, and I hope you had fun. To our final 6, though. Colo in chat saying, shall blow it all now, probably immediately. Well, let's find out. Proogs was able to go all the way to the end, despite being in 3 competitions on the dividing line. So let's find out how well our final 6 will do as we go into Special Relativity. And you know how this all works now. You'll see a question. There will be no range guide to help you out this time, though. Give me an answer, and the furthest away from the correct answer on each question will be eliminated. And in terms of breaking ties, the person to answer later will be eliminated. It is as simple as that. We start off with our final 6. That final 6 will now become 5 at the end of this question. Good luck, Super 6. Your first question in Special Relativity, excuse me, is the following. How many letters does I want to buy lucky gloves for my guinea pig have in German according to Google Translate? Answer now. One answer in. Sapster is also in now. 2, 3 are in. 4, 5 are in. And Car is in as well. All players are in. How many letters does I want to buy lucky gloves for my guinea pig have in German according to Google Translate? Well, it's not one word in this case, Proogs. There is at least more than one word in the phrase. Right, let's go in order of answers. So, the first that came in was Brand New Halo that said 70. And then we have Samster with 74. Very close guesses. You currently set the range, only 4 separating. Whiskers, honestly. You'll get your attention once I finish. Alright? Oh, your heart is beating. You're having a bit of a mad moment, aren't you? Alright, calm down, alright? Okay? I'll give you attention at the end. Third answer that came in was Topper with 55. So, Brand New Halo, you are safe. Topper, you now set the lower level. Fourth answer was Colo with 148. It does mean Samster, you are now safe. Colo, you set the upper limit. The fifth answer was Westernator with 64. You are safe. And the last answer was Car with 35. Car, you set the lower level. And Topper, you are safe. So, here is our dividing line. 92 is the division point. Below that, Car, you are safe. Above that, Colo, you are safe. How many letters does I want to buy lucky gloves for my guinea pig have in German? The answer is... With 52, the full phrase is Ich möchte meinem Meerschweinchen Glückhandschuhe kaufen. There you go. Yeah, something like that, Claire. Yeah. Glückhandschuhe, yeah, Meerschweinchen Glückhandschuhe kaufen is what we got there. So, Car, you have survived there with your guess of 35. And Colo, unfortunately, you were too far away. And you're very good at predictions because you did predict that you would mess up on the first question. So your prediction game is pretty strong, just not on this question, I'm afraid. So I'm afraid we have to say goodbye, Colo, but you do take 6th place. Very well played. Car, you move on to the next question. Handschuhe is a great word. It is indeed. 5 players now in. 5 will become 4 at the end of this question. Fingers on those numbers, remaining 5. Your question is... In Daniel Defoe's novel, Robinson Crusoe, the title character is marooned for how many days? Answer now. That is time. I hope we have all the answers in time there. Looks like we do. So let's reveal all. First answer that came in was Topper with 100. Second answer was Brand New Halo with a magnitude different. Went with 1,200. Third answer was Car with 620. You're in the middle. You're going to be safe. The fourth answer was Samster with 6,900. That does mean Brand New Halo, you are safe. Samster, you take the upper level. And the final answer that came in was Westernator with 400. You're well within range, so you are safe. So it's between Topper on 100 and Samster with 6,900. And our dividing line is set at 3,500. Below that, Topper, you're safe. Above that, Samster, you are safe. In Daniel Defoe's novel, Robinson Crusoe, the title character is marooned for how many days? Topper has no knowledge of this. Samster, do you have any knowledge of this? Either way, let's reveal the answer. Correct answer is... a total of 8 and 20 years, so 28 years, 2 months, and 19 days brings you to a grand total of 10,307 days marooned in Robinson Crusoe. So 100 days, their topper was at least 2 magnitudes out there. Sapster, your guess of 6,900 was close enough to keep you in. Topper, we have to say goodbye, but very well played. And if you've got no knowledge on that, then it is definitely a number that you wouldn't really pluck out of thin air. So absolutely fair play to you there, Topper, finishing off in 5th place. And Sapster, you move on to the next question. 4 players now in, but 4 must become 3 at the end of this question. Remaining 4 fingers on those numbers. Your question is: if the heads on Mount Rushmore were given bodies, how many feet tall would each president be? Answer now. Brand New Halo's in, Sapster is in, Westernate is in, and Car is in. Hello there, Ben. How are you doing? Aye, still at home. Fair enough. Well, welcome to the podcast episode of Relativity. I hope you're doing well there. So, yes, if the heads of Mount Rushmore were given bodies, how many feet tall would each president be? Let's find out what you went with. First answer was Brand New Halo with 200. Second answer was Sapster with 666. And you currently set the limit. Third answer, Westlater with 121. So, Brand New Halo, you are safe. Westlater, you take the lower level. And the last answer was Car with 250. You're within range. You are safe. So, Sapster returns once again to the dividing line, and it's currently set at 394. Below that, Westlater, you are safe. Above that, Sapster, you are safe. And Sapster says they've overshot for real this time. Well, the answer is within range here. I can tell you that. But on what side of the dividing line does it lie? The answer is... ...465 feet tall. Yes, all the heads are carved in proportion so that each man would be 465 feet tall. Pretty close in general, yes. Westlater, unfortunately, you were too far away. We do have to say goodbye, but you end up in 4th place there. Congratulations. Sapster, you are through once again after visiting the dividing line, and you move on to the penultimate question. So only 3 players still in. 3 will become 2. Good luck to our final 3 players. Penultimate question in Special Relativity is... to the nearest dollar, what was the total value of all 26 suitcases on the first US episode of Deal or No Deal? Don't worry about the dollar sign. Need some answers. Brand New Halo's in. Answers? Answers? Holy crap, that was close. Car and Sapster at the very last moment locking an answer in. Oh, that would not have been pleasant if it had not accepted. Ooh, oh boy, that was close. Goodness me. So, let's see what you answered. The first answer that came in was Brand New Halo with 3 million. The second answer that came in was Car with 2.6 million. So you swap places. Car takes the lower end, Brand New Halo takes the upper end. And Sapster was last, just with 900,000. Currently sets the lower level. So this is our dividing line. $1.95 million is our dividing line. Below that, Sapster, you are safe and move through to the final round. Above that, Brand New Halo, you are safe and through to the final question of Special Relativity. correct answer is... $3,418,416. The top prizes in order were 100k, 200k, 300k, 400k, 500k, 750k, and $1 million. Those were the top 7 values in the US edition of Deal or No Deal. Obviously, they tweaked around with it and messed out, and they had like the $1 million sort of chase down where they had like the bottom 6 were all $1 million values. It just got ridiculous at some point. But yeah, the standard edition was 100k, 200, 300, 400, 500, 750, and then the $1 million at the end. So Samson, unfortunately, 900,000 was not even enough to cover the top prize on the ladder. We had to say goodbye. You do take third place though. Very well played. $1 million mission. That was the M I was looking for. And Brand New Halo, you are through to the final question versus Car 7th. For all the marbles, who will be our special relativity winner for this evening? Who will win relativity on this David Bodicum pack? Good luck. Final question is... Wait, that's fireworks. Anyway, final question. In grams, what would be mass of a Starbucks Grande cup of liquid mercury? Answer now. In grams, what would be the mass of a Starbucks Grande cup of liquid mercury? Brand New Halo is locked in. Car, you need an answer. You need an answer. Car is in. So, that is the question. Let's see what you answered. First answer that came in was Brand New Halo with 12. I think there might be an RTFQ moment here. That does sound rather low. Second answer that came in was Car with 2,000. And that is the range. So our dividing line is set at 1,006. Below that, Brand New Halo, you are the winner. Above that, Car 7th, you are the winner. In grams, what would be the mass of a Starbucks Grande cup of liquid mercury? Brand New Halo would have wanted to go for 12,000, but unfortunately did typo and lock in an answer. Oh, Quizzy Dad, you do this all the time. You jump in at the most critical point of the game where it all decides. Hello there, Quizzy Dan Raiders. Fancy gravity. I mean, yes, gravity's definitely a thing. Fancy gravity. How are you doing, Raiders? Hope you're doing well. I am looking forward to Quizzy Bingo tomorrow. The Christmas tree episode of Quizzy Bingo with 50 balls, no less. Do go and tune in on Quizzy Dan stream tomorrow at 8 p.m. for some maddening 50th edition of the bingo. 50 questions. I know. 50 questions. Just loads of questions. And just yeah, 50. Thank you for the Raiders there. And yeah, this is our critical point in this game. It is between Brand New Halo and Car 7th for the win. In grams, what would be the mass of a Starbucks Grande cup of liquid mercury? No, not of water, not of coffee, not of milk, of liquid mercury. And before a reveal, we also have a subscription coming in from Chris M. Dixon. Nothing like an ill-timed raid. Thank you for the 5-month resub there, Chris M. Dixon. Greatly appreciated as well. Music has stopped. We've run out of music. I can reveal the correct answer is... Yeah, I think you knew it was going to be wrong with your 12 there. 6,400 or 6.4 kilos was the answer we're looking for there. If it was that, then it would come down to who answered first and who answered second. The person that answered second would lose out in that case there, Jack Wilford, because it's a tie. But thank you for the 100 bits. So yeah, the equations in here are a milliliter of mercury has a mass, should I say, of 13.53 grams, and a grande is 16 fluid ounces or 473 milliliters. You do the maths on that, you get yourself to 6,400 grams in total. So unfortunately there, to Brand New Halo, you were off by a magnitude and a bit, but you knew that already, I think. A strong second place finish though, can't be sniffed at. Very well played. But Car 7th, you are our winner. Very well played there, Car, winning that game there. And that is going to be it for me this evening. Thank you very much for tuning in and playing some wonderful Relativity here. And as David suggested, I think we will probably play some Secret Fortune on Friday. I need to decide who it's going to be, who's going to play what. So, yeah, we will sort that out for Friday. But before then, of course, we have poker on Thursday. And Ben's stream might be doing his Thursday thing again. I've got what else we've got? Saturday, Ben's also got his stream again on Saturday. Sunday, I'll be at music rehearsal, unfortunately, so I'm going to miss out. So if there's any Discord shenanigans happening on Sunday evening, I'm going to miss out, unfortunately. But yeah, lots of stuff happening. Of course, Quizzy Dan Bingo, 8 p.m. tomorrow over on Quizzy Dan's stream. I'll be tuning in for as much of that as I can until poker starts, because poker, apparently I somehow managed to get into the top 10 of that. Don't know how I did, but I did. So I need to play that and see how well I do. And just before we go, there is no winner in tonight's Lotto draw, meaning Saturday will be a quadruple rollover worth over $11 million, according to Clark Joseph. Thank you very much for that. And there's custom JEP happening. Dev has just been absolutely going manic with the JEP app. So do give Dev some love for all the work he's done on Jeopardy recently as well, and enjoy some Jeopardy games around the Discord. I need to do a wheel spin before we depart, so let me get that open. Let's go to the cam only one there. Let's do that. Let's do that. And of course, again, thank you to David for that pack. That was an amazing Relativity pack again, once again, from a master at hand. He sure knows how to write questions. Let's put it that way. Right. What is going to be our word for the giveaway? Our word is going to be. If I put the keyword in the right place. Let's make it that. Let's make it that. Chant away. Hit that chant button if you want to enter in to this wheel spin before we finish the stream up. Space! It is indeed space. So you're all in. Right, let's see who's going to get the wheel spin. It's going to be Dogfish 44. Dogfish, you are our wheel spinny this evening, so get yourself ready. Here it comes. Are you ready? Then let's spin. $10,000 dupes. Can't be sniffed at that. 10,000 dupes added to your total. If I put another D in there, then it'll work. There it is. Brings it up to 65,341. Rank Dogfish. Puts you into 20th place with all those dupes there. So, that is going to be it for me this evening. Thank you very much, let's say, for tuning in and enjoying some Relativity. I'll be back on Friday with some Secret Fortune. Until then, have a good evening. Have a great rest of the week. Hopefully, my tickly throat is going to go away at some point. I need to give Whiskers some attention, some love and all that. And I'll see you later. Have a good one. Before I go, though, because I got credits. Before I go, I've got to disappear with the credits on, don't I? So let's go and do that. No, not that one. That layout. There you go. I'll see you later. Good night.